Coco, are you gonna help me? You gonna help me?
Hello, everyone. I don't know if we're live. Are we live?
Oh, I don't know yet. I'm waiting for Edie Low.
Oh, maybe there's. Oh, good. Is this volume turned down?
Yeah. No.
Does it say Ariel and Carrie Bradshaw?
There it does now.
There we are. Oh, wait, we're not mirrored. Let's fix that. How about this? Did it switch us? No, it's fine. Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Ariel. And I'm here with my Jackie, who's also a Carrie Bradshaw lookalike. Is he hot?
Oh, look.
And we have a guest. This is Coco. You haven't met Coco,
No,
honey.
Coco is beautiful and perfect.
Let me see you, honey. She was napping on a pillow. Look at you. She's my first girl. Look at her.
Well, she is the queen of the house.
And her birthday is next month on March 26th. Tell them how old she'll be. Oh, honey. She's going to be 14. Having a birthday party.
Yay.
How is everyone? Who's joined us? Anyone?
Love my Aussie 9.
Oh, girl.
Hi.
Hey. Hey.
She's always posting wonderful things.
What is she saying? I can't see here where the
she
chat
said,
is.
hi, beautiful ladies.
Hi. We're so happy to have you. Jackie, are you all? I put on the shells and a shrug because David said it was too much. Oh, lady.
She's waving.
She's my very first baby. And, oh, love my Aussie. Don't you have puppies? Coco won't stop licking and scratching. And I tried everything. I think it's something about her gut health. So I changed her food. I've been making their food. I've been making like fresh salmon and
these
sweet potatoes.
These puppies eat better than I do.
And peas and everything. And she still won't stop scratching. So if anyone has puppies and they know what might be the cause, please let us know. And let us know where you're watching from. Why can someone get Jay Witt in the chat? I forgot to text him. Oh, maybe he'll jump on. I don't have my phone. No, don't mess with anything. We're sorry we're late. And I'll tell you why.
Things happen.
Because everything went wrong. Everything went so wrong. First, it started with this wig. I cut about 4 inches off of it because it was so tangled. Okay? And then my shells, my husband was like, no, you can't wear your shells. So then I put on my sparkly blue dress to look like Ariel coming out of the sea. But that was more alarming than the shells because you can't really see anything with the shells.
You have to show the shells.
No, I think that's inappropriate.
I don't think it's inappropriate. Show the shells. She made the shells, guys.
I know. I have a video showing everything. I just haven't finished editing it. Who all's here? We have 12.
Milani, I'm sorry if I say that wrong. She needs probiotics for Coco.
I know, but I've gotten the probiotic. What kind? Please tell me exactly what to do. Because when I see her scratching and you see her little arms are red underneath. Oh, you can't even see her red underneath. It hurts me. She already has chronic dry eye, but she's perfect. Look at her.
She is perfect.
Honey, about you.
I don't believe in reincarnation. That's a bunch of
like,
I don't believe in it. But if I did believe in it, then I would like to come back as one of the puppies in the Lowe household because they are loved beyond. I mean, that's where I would want to be for sure.
David says they don't have a good quality of life. I hope he's watching.
Jay Witt podcast. Give me 3 hearts, girl.
Jay Witt, can you please? Nothing's working on the StreamYard. It took us an hour, and Jason, group therapy. Group therapy. Let me just tell you. I'm going to put it in all of my videos now.
What?
If you're mean to Jason,
You're done.
I don't like you. And I will be visiting Ursula. Because she repented. And now she only does good things. And she has gifts from the Holy Spirit. She no longer practices dark magic. But I will speak with her and ensure that her eels visit you and sting you. How about that?
Melanie wants to know what kind of dog Coco is.
Coco is a purebred Shih Tzu.
Mm.
And I found her. Is Jason giving me any tips on this StreamYard?
So sorry.
Jason, is it because I didn't sign up that I'm using the free version that is giving me such trouble? What do I do, Jason? I love Jason. I love the J-Wit podcast. And we need to get sweatshirts that say group therapy. Are you working on that? What is he saying? Did he say he's working on it?
No.
Oh.
You need to work on that.
It's his merch. I want to contribute. I got the one that says that's crazy work. We're doing a photo shoot in that. Yes, we are. Do you want to go downstairs with Daddy?
I think Daddy might be bringing up Missy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can swap it.
Yeah.
You can swap it. Now, Coco and Missy are sisters from different mothers. They have the same father. Oh, here, honey, I'll swap you. Hi, girl. Come here. Hey.
Oh.
Love you. This is Missy Marie. Okay. And that was Coco Chanel. All of them have middle names. But this is Missy Marie. And she's my real dog. When I say that, I mean, she, like, so we had an inflatable hot tub. And when it went in the winter, we deflated it. And there was a frog embedded into the wood. I don't know how long it had been there, but it was literally embedded into the wood. And I remember seeing it. And I said, oh no, ew. And then I let the puppies out onto the deck. And then all of a sudden, Missy was rolling around on it. And she was kicking her legs up. You know, she was like rolling her scent all over it. I reprimanded her, put her inside, let her back out. Okay. And about an hour later, because my brain, mermaid, right? Mermaid. And I looked over and she was chewing something and swallowed it. The frog was gone. The flattened frog was nowhere to be found because she ate it. She also brought in a headless bird one time and the whole room came alive. It was Christmas Eve at my mom's old apartment. And my stepdad, he was having trouble getting out the words. We thought she brought in a leaf. And we're like, oh, she's so cute. She loves to bring in the leaves and everything. He said, it's a bird. It was headless. So I called 911 for puppies. And I said, do I need to bring her in? She brought in a headless bird. So she's my real dog. Aren't you, Missy? Aren't you, Missy?
Stargazer 9990 says hi, Edie.
Hey, girl. Sorry about that mix-up. My messages were sending her to spam.
Oh.
It was so upsetting.
Rude.
It was so upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, don't you feel like... Is this a good angle for us? Or should we tilt the camera? I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to... Did Jay Witt respond with anything about any...
No.
Jason, if you're
Jason's
texting
not
me,
helping.
my phone is over there and I can't risk it because it literally took us so many minutes, almost an entire 60, many a minute to even get on here. And I'm afraid that when I share the screen so that we can react to Candy on the whatever podcast, everything's just going to go kaput.
No. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine.
Do you guys like my wig?
I love it.
I got it on Amazon and it took a lot of work to make it look like this.
It's Ariel, like to a T.
Thank you.
So if anybody hasn't gone back and looked at, do you have it on Instagram as well? Okay.
And I posted it. Did I put, yes, go to my Instagram.
You have to see it.
And please watch the entire thing for Lily's reaction.
Oh, Lily loved it.
Lily. I love Lily. I saw her the other day. because I went to measure her for her costume. She had her mom text me a video message, and she asked if I would make her a costume for her 5th birthday. I don't want to cry, but we are so excited for this birthday. And just a note to everyone who fears getting older, this little girl is just excited to turn 5. So let that be a lesson. Each day is a blessing. Each birthday is a blessing. And we are just going to celebrate the living daylights out of her being 5 now. Mm-hmm. Her theme of her birthday is K-pop demons. I don't endorse K-pop demons, but I'm going to make this little girl whatever she would like. I'm going to make her and her mom matching costumes.
Oh, you're making one for her mom too? Stop.
Yeah, Lily wants them to match.
Oh, that's precious.
I know. She's so cute. She's so cute. When I went to measure her, she said, "Do you have my dogs?" I didn't say yes. I have your dogs. I took Stella and Tootsie over to see her. Anyhow, she's the cutest thing. So go to my Instagram. I even reposted it because she started pre-K last week. Did I hear a puppy whine? Did you hear that?
It might have been it was this.
Oh, okay.
I was making a noise, sorry.
I reposted the video, so go watch it.
Yes.
But yes, this is the best thing I've ever made.
I myself don't agree, but
it really is.
We disagree.
All right. Do you guys want to react to Candy? Let me preface this. Did you see my episode yesterday with the dramatic reading? I knew I heard a puppy. Was she out there whining? Oh, so it was you. This is Tootsie. This is Lily's puppy, but she stays here until Lily is 100% better and she can handle puppies jumping on her. Honey, can you take Missy? Before she bites me for no reason. She does bite me. I have a funny story about Missy. You want to go down with that?
That's because Tootsie bites her.
Honey, people can hear you. Did you guys see me on German?
This is number 1.
Okay, David. Mary's never having me on again.
At some point, you're just going to have to let David have a shout out.
No.
He's desperate for it.
It was humiliating.
He's desperate for it.
Anyway.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I need to catch up. I'm so sorry.
Hey. I saw this Melanie. Oh, David. Okay, put him in timeout. Remember I told you to put him in timeout.
Stargazer says you're a gorgeous Ariel.
Thank you. I know you can see my lips right here, but it is what it is. I had to change cameras and everything. Like,
Stargazer says, "Let David come on."
No. No. This is why.
Love my Aussie says, "Love the blonde better." People are really loving the blondes. But see, one thing I tell Edie all the time, and I stand by this, she has just this gorgeous face that she can wear anything, and she looks beautiful. Anything.
Thank you.
Okay, stop.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you.
If I give you that compliment, you throw a fit. Doesn't she look like her? Oh my gosh, if you could only see her photo shoot from last year. Maybe you'll let me post some of those that are good. The purple dress. With the pumps. Oh my word.
She takes beautiful photographs.
And if you guys are in the Richmond area, I'm trying to build my photography portfolio. So $3.99. If you have couples photos that you want, or girls, if you're getting married or you want an anniversary gift for your hubbies, please. I love it. I love photography. Just trying to do everything I'm passionate about, seeing if I can make money that way. Because right now I'm still in corporate America. And still each day is a struggle.
I will say that my husband, she made a photo album for my husband, Robbie. And I think it's going to be the best Christmas present he's ever received, like forever. I don't think we're going to.
It was a calendar.
It was a calendar.
It was a calendar. And then we put everything else on a flash drive. You get a flash drive and you can have a calendar or a photo book. Yep. And she got the video reaction of him and he was like, "Oh, wow." Yeah. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
He gives me the reactions I want. I gave David a calendar once. Also, before we get into things, I know we've been doing this a long time, right? Long-winded. What costumes would you like to see? Let me preface it by saying I won't do anything evil or dead. Okay? I draw the line there. So no witches. No, we don't do that. But I will do princesses. Ariel was stupid. Want to come to the surface?
Oh, I
Are you
thought
kidding
you were
me?
saying like what you did was stupid.
No, Ariel was stupid. Rebellion. Anyway, so got my episode yesterday. I did a dramatic reading from Candace's
It was very disturbing.
archive blog.
It was very disturbing.
I know, I couldn't even read it all. Did you guys visit the link and read some of them? Because they were on another level. I mean, I only read 2. She has one, an interview with my interview with God with a capital G. Not the God of the Bible. Oh no. She was blaspheming. What is she? What is it? Is that David?
Yes, he wants to come up with Brownie.
Lord, no. That's a bull in a china shop. She will destroy. That'll be the last
Brownie
thing you see.
is so darn cute.
We won't even get into anything because Brownie will destroy everything. How's the audio? Jeff. Block him. That won't stop it. That won't. It won't mute him. That will. Anyway, okay. I discovered the blog just this year. I had no idea about the blog. No idea. And when I found it and I started reading the things, oh, goodness gracious, I immediately thought about her interview, or not interview, the panel discussion on the Whatever podcast. Now, the Whatever, I really like that, the Whatever podcast, because they make good points. Sometimes I don't appreciate the language, and I don't like that sometimes they try to make the women look stupid. And just because they're in the adult industry doesn't mean they're stupid. And if they're misguided, I think that we should be trying to help them, not trying to make them look dumb. I really have a problem with that. So I remember watching her on that, and now looking back at it, she was so condescending. And knowing what I know now from her blogs, obviously she's a hypocrite, but next level hypocrisy. Because let me just give you this bit of insight. I'm going to set things up like Candy would, right? When she wrote the blog, it was in 2016. So what? She's 2 years. I think she's about to be 37.
Is she just 37?
She was. Oh. So what? She would have been 25. No, 10 years ago. What is that? She would have been 26, 27, right? Okay. So I think the youngest girl on the panel was 18, and then I think second oldest was 23, and then the oldest was 31. Okay, so Candace at the time that she was on the panel, she was the oldest on the panel, but she was older than some of the girls were when she wrote the blog. That's going to be relevant because she makes a statement about how when you get older, you realize things, and like men aren't going to want you if you have a high body count. Lo and behold, her old blogs talked about how she was
going around
with her Jackie. Oh my gosh. Anywho, so let's.
I haven't seen this before.
You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Let's just see. What is this? Present. Jason. Did he leave us?
I think he might have.
The other day he threatened to end our friendship.
Why?
I don't appreciate.
Why did he threaten that?
Wait, hold on. Let me minimize. Okay, then we will add to. I'll take a page from Jay Witt's book.
Oh my goodness. Stargazer 9990 says she was living with a guy at the age of 14.
Yeah, Candy was living with a. Yes. Oh, and let me just tell you. Please continue to send tips. I'm getting some really good ones. And I'm trying to get everything verified because I'm not trying to be like Candy. Okay. tips.eydielowe
That's
at
Eddie Lowe.
gmail.com. What?
That's Eddie Lowe. Oh, it's being fun.
You're trying to be like Gary?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear him mispronounce my name?
Gary keeps saying it wrong and it's upsetting.
Anyway, let me repeat it since Carrie over here. Tips. EYDIELOWE@gmail.com. If you have any candy tips, because I'm working on my series Bride of Lucifer, right? Because I just, as I mentioned, Jackie, what was I doing?
We're gonna start the.
I feel like I was going to say something else. Oh, because Stargazer said that, yeah, Candy was living with her boyfriend at 14. She said that in an interview once because her parents kicked her out. But then in other interviews, she said that she loves her parents. She had great parents. Yes, her grandparents were the prominent figures in her life, but her parents were great. Even in her yearbook, she called out her parents. I love you guys so much. Thanks for always supporting me. Which is it, Candace? Which is it? The internet is forever. As I mentioned on Paramount Tactical with Artie and Gary, I have to live with my 2016 self with photoshopped eyebrows and eyelashes hovering around the internet that are still findable. Okay. So Candace, the internet is. Let me add this to the stage. A page out of Jay Witt's book, Purple Purple Hearts in the chat when you can hear. But why is it not? I get really upset. Super duper upset. Okay, we're going to play it. These are just clips. It's not the full thing because the whole thing was like 5 hours. Let me know if you can hear.
I've never had an issue with it dating wise. No one has ever, because I'm very upfront too. You know, first date, if this is what I do, if you don't like it, this is how I make my money. Unless you're going to pay me the same amount of money I'm making, then I'm not going to stop supporting myself. But yeah, I never really ran into issues. But again, I don't do full content or anything like that. So it probably is a little bit different for somebody on OnlyFans that does do that type of content. But I personally have never ran into an issue. My boyfriend at first was, I told him and he was like, okay, well, if I'm going to date you, I have to be okay with this. And that was that. And it's never been an issue. Mainly topless content.
Okay.
So,
and you currently have a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Just
my face.
That's the extent of it?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Essie?
I've also never had an issue in my dating life. I don't date that often though, but
Right, because you've been single for 6 years.
Yeah.
But it might not necessarily be related to that you're now doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I also don't do on OnlyFans, so it's just like lingerie content.
Oh, okay.
So I think that
Alright.
also maybe helps because
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Question here for Candace. So, what are your thoughts on OnlyFans, sex work, and do you believe that a woman doing OnlyFans or porn might have an impact on her future romantic prospects? And if so, how and why? I can repeat it. That was a lot, so let me know if you need me to repeat anything.
I talk about this extensively on my show. I mean, the truth is that if you are going to engage in sex work, you are going to probably make a lot of money, especially if you're young. You're on a very tight rope. As you get older, your value goes down, and men are going to want women that are younger and available to them. I'm talking about in terms of just making the person who will subscribe to your OnlyFans page. Obviously, women, you're declining as you age. And the truth is that high value men don't want to date women that are sex workers or even women that aren't sex workers and lean into the whole talking about how sexy and are freely available on the internet for other men to see. What we're talking about is biological proclivity. What men are doing when they first say, this sounds amazing to date a stripper or to date a prostitute or to date a sex worker, is there's this instinct to have sex. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have sex all the time. But then when they realize that actually a form of wanting to be in a relationship is feeling that there's a mystery to a woman, that there's something that's yours, there's something that's sacred, there's something that's powerful and beautiful that just you share. And when they realize that they have to share that with other men, it completely diminishes the man. A recent cultural example of that, obviously, is what's happening with Nina Agdal. She's not a sex worker by any means. She just kind of said some sexy things on the internet about wanting cock. And look at.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Was not expecting that from Candace.
I'm quoting her directly. So this is
so sorry, guys. forgot that she said that.
It's purely academic.
I'm so sorry. Okay, how do I get this off of here? And then we will put it back and continue.
Tina, I agree with you so
Yeah,
much.
let's read
It's
some of these
so
comments here.
declining as we age. Wow.
I
Thanks.
hear. Can you hear out of the black? Another problem that we're having is
No.
we can't hear the audio out of both sentences.
Tina said potty mouth.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so if you've not watched the Whatever podcast, they usually have the majority of the panel. Brian Atlas is the host. Sometimes he has a co-host on. I do like the ones that he has with Andrew Wilson. Both of them need to like not say the things that they say sometimes, like they're profanity, but they both make valid points. The majority of the panel are women who are in the adult industry, like OF, like a lot of the girls that have worked at Fun Ranch, and so I don't know if I can say institution. Okay. And then they'll have one or two conservatives. So I think Candace is one of the conservatives, and then they have two others. But so it's the majority are women in the industry. And their ages. So the one on the right, she's wearing the tank top that says "Made in Hell." Candace is going to give her a tongue lashing here in just a moment. She's the oldest. She's 31, and it goes like 23, 18, 20, 18, 18, and then Candace, who was like maybe 34 at the time. So these are young women, right? While I gather myself, because I'm already getting angry, what are your initial thoughts about what she was saying? Like women decline as they age?
I mean, obviously, I take offense to that.
Mhm.
I mean, what am I? I just turned 43.
Hot.
43, 42, 43, 43. I don't know. I feel like now I'm more so in my prime than I was like in my 20s.
I agree.
I think there's actually a beauty to aging, and I hate that. I feel like women,
Mhm.
we look down upon ourselves sometimes when
Yeah.
we age, and I think
thought
it's the opposite. I
that
think
was
it's almost
mine.
like wine.
We
Like
are like
age,
wine.
yeah.
We are like wine. I
So-
remember hearing an interview with Pamela Anderson when she had turned 40. And they were like, "How do you feel about age?" And she's like, "It just gets better." I remember hearing that maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago. And it totally changed my outlook. Like, yes, it just gets better. So I don't appreciate that comment from Candace. Also, the hypocrisy in her saying, men have a proclivity for women who have a low body count, essentially, is what she was saying. That may very well be true, but not everyone, we all go through things in life, right? So I here's the thing. I agree with a lot of of the purity culture, right? I think women should be taught to honor their bodies and really value that part of themselves. But a lot of women, a lot of girls, they aren't being taught that in this new world. Anyway, we cannot judge, okay? Because Candace may look super duper conservative in her shoulder pads, okay, and brooch earrings and white loafers and ankle length denim skirts. By the way, that ink blot blouse that she wore, Natalie Denise revealed it has matching skirts. Lord help us all. Okay, so just because you may look conservative, are you acting conservative? Is that the only thing that contributes to your worth? You know, I don't think that we should make women like some of those girls were 18, 19. You just told them no man is going to want later them. On in the clips. She's going to say no man is going to want you. Even if I agreed with some of the things that she was saying, the fact that her 27-year-old self, who's older than the women on the panel, said completely the opposite. Like, girl, don't act like you are Mother Mary and haven't done anything. I have had it with her hypocrisy. Let's go here. I mean, there's a number to choose from. I think affairs are romantic. Oh, even the one that I picked yesterday, F girl code. I can hook up with your ex-boyfriend if I want. Remember, she said, newsflash. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I'm just so terrified of the repercussions here because just what will people think of me when they learn I go around and sleep with single guys? So you go around, you sleep with single guys. You've admitted that you lived with your boyfriend at 14. Are you really in a place to throw stones when you're living in a glass house? Is my main point here.
No, but clearly she forgets what she says. And she obviously doesn't play back anything that she posts on the internet.
Do you think that she has brain lesions?
Maybe.
Okay.
I hope so, almost.
I
Because
that would be
otherwise-
like a justifiable
Yeah.
cause for the idiocy that she spews out of her trap. Are people responding? Guys, I don't know how to watch the chat on the laptop. What's this thing? Her blouse looked like Little House on the Prairie. Yes.
I told Edie I was shopping today at Marshall's and I was going through and I definitely found like 3 blouses that I felt like Candace would have wore. Part of me almost bought one and I wanted to wear it just to see if Edie would actually call me out on it. But I didn't want to spend the $25 on the hideous blouse.
You should see what we bought at Goodwill the other day. Maybe I'll put it on after this. Oh, shalom, the Eclipse Truth. Hey. Her blouse, I'm still on that. Her blouse looked like Little House on the Prairie. Okay. But to give us your thoughts, like so
Yeah.
far, like what do you think about the things that she's saying? She was bringing up Nina Ogdal. So sorry, I let that play. I totally forgot that she said a bad word. But remember, Nina came under fire because she's now married and has a baby, I think, with one of the Paul brothers. I don't know, but some loser guy was making her out to be a garden tool and a harlot because she had said, as Candace put it, some sexy things on the internet. And now she said, now that really depletes her worth because whatever the Paul brothers' name is, you know, now that puts it back. It's embarrassing for him. It's embarrassing for him. I would love to know if George is embarrassed that you said that the manliest thing a man can do is another man.
That is a really odd thing to say.
And she said she 100% agreed
Really
with that
odd
one.
thing to say. I'm
Really
gonna
odd.
disagree.
Oh, I disagree. I'm talking to my here. I disagree. Okay, let me see how I get back.
David says, nope.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
No, okay. Okay.
No,
Let
everybody
me
agrees.
see
No
here.
one would say that. No.
Oh, you know what I should have? Why I?
George and Andrew Tate. I can't.
I mean,
No.
don't you guys think it's so odd that she's coming down on Erica for grooming that 15-year-old young lady that she was trying to help with headshots? She's coming down on them for grooming, but she defended Andrew Tate. Nathan Livingstone at Milk Bar TV just did that whole segment on how she revealed the identity of a victim of SA of 5, I think it was 5 men, 4 or 5 men. She refused to reveal their name, but she doxed the victim. And she accused the victim of victimizing the men who victimized her. How is any of this making sense? How is any of it clocking for her? Are people responding?
The Eclipse Truth said, my husband and I were watching your video and he was just horrified at that comment. And he said, that is the dead last thing that makes you a man. I mean,
What did Robbie say? Did you even show it to him?
no.
Oh, okay.
I just imagine his
Robbie
face
is
to be
horrified.
like,
Right, because that's the normal reaction.
are
That's
you crazy?
a normal reaction. Oh, she's going to say something later about how if you are coming together and you're both of the same gender, you're gay. Does that not contradict what she said about how that's the manliest thing a man can do for
Yeah.
dominance?
Yes.
She's a hypocrite. Okay. Let me add it back.
My
My contact is like
You're
what?
getting called out.
Who is?
Want to know what happened to the Bride of Lucifer? I told like 1,000 people to watch.
Oh, I'm working on that. That is a series that I'm working on. As soon as I found out that she had a series on Erica, that's when I made my tip box. So I'm in the research phase. So maybe a month. I know. I want it to be good though. Like I want it to be factual. Once I am able to verify tips, I'm going to like reach out to people, see if they're able to come on for an interview. Like I want to do it justice. I don't want to just throw it together, but I will be making additional trailers. But thank you so much for telling people to watch. Please.
Yeah, we hype your videos, girl.
I love it. I love you guys so much.
I just discovered, I'm going to put this plug out there because I just discovered you can do super thanks. I didn't know. And I just happened to like, you have to like scroll over like options and there's a super thanks and then you can send like $2, $4, $5, whatever. I was like, oh my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
Jump
$5
on that.
and I can get a better laptop.
I happened to give super thanks to the video that you did with your friends where she was sharing her testimony.
Oh, Marissa.
I want that to have more views. It bothers me that it doesn't have more views.
I know. Okay. Faith like Ruth.
Yes.
My friend from college, Marissa, I asked her on a whim, I was like, please just come in because she had a radical encounter with the Lord and she's just totally dedicated her life to the Lord. Her story is
she has a cute little business that
she has the
doing.
cutest business, the Blind Date with Jesus.
Yep.
She goes around and she tries to find different devotionals and stuff, and you sign up and she just sends it to you with all sorts of like Bible study materials, highlighters, stickers. She's the cutest thing, and her testimony is amazing, and she's gonna be coming back on, and we're working on that.
Oh yeah.
But yes, thank you for hyping that video. It's Faith like Ruth, because she does have faith like Ruth. But who said that about? I want to give them a shout out about the Bride of Lucifer. Okay, Colleen, hey girl. Thank you so much. I'm working on it. Please stay tuned. Because I just want it to be good, and I want it to be an actual documentary. Not like Candy's, who took a week off and said it was a docuseries coming, and they're literally just regular podcast episodes with no. She didn't verify any of the information. We still don't know. I can't. Okay. Oh, here. Okay. Let's start it again. Oh, here. Put it back in your ear.
And look at what happened. You know, now
Okay.
Logan has become the laughing stock of other men as they piece together everything that she's ever said that's overtly sexual. And again, she's not a sex worker, but what happened is her value just completely plummeted because, they're this thing that men need to feel. And I don't want to say possession in a way that sounds bad, because it's not bad. It's actually really beautiful. And I'm lucky and fortunate that I get to experience that in my marriage, and
one
it's
second.
something
I feel convicted to say this. So girls, if you have a past, if you have, she likes to refer to as a high body count, whatever. Let me just tell you, the Lord is so good. And if you now have a relationship with the Lord, because we all have a past. I mean, even if you don't have you could have done X, Y, Z, other things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not all that contributes to your worth. And the Lord loves you so much. And the plans that he has for you, there is still, if you're like still seeking, you haven't found a partner, don't listen to this Yahoo and think that no one is going to want you. The man that God has for you is going to want you, and you will find each other, and you'll have a lovely, fantastic marriage, a relationship, and you'll put God first in it. So this is what I meant when I said on Paramount Tactical, this woman literally gives you no hope.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you done did it now. You'll never have anyone because your worth is in the gutter. Can you believe that, Jack?
It makes me sick.
I just wanted to tell you that. That is not all that contributes to your worth. And there is a perfect person that God has for you. Draw closer to God, he will draw closer to you, and greater are the plans that he has for you than you have for yourself. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Because this woman really, especially knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
This long. I'll put the link for the archive in this description as well. I put it in the last video. Let me play. This woman.
that women should strive toward. Women that make those exchanges in their youth, thing that's sad, and I do feel bad for Nina Agdal, is because she said a lot of those statements when she was really young. She's probably your age. And she had a camera and she said it, and it lives forever. And now every man that she dates.
When she was your age, okay, I'm not going to get upset. I know, because I'm getting upset. Like my
the blood pressure.
my blood pressure is going up. When she was probably your age, girl. She was older than you. Can you guys see the point? Okay, good. Like this girl right here, 23. She's 31. She's like 22. This girl is 19. Oh, sorry. She's 44. And Candace really, really went to town on her. But these little girls are teeny tiny. So they're probably your age. Girl, you were older than them when you were talking about, I sleep with single guys. Just wanted to put that out. The hypocrisy. I just want to be able to say these things if I knew that about myself.
Right.
Yeah. I make a lot of faces, don't I? Okay. I'm going to show
going to say Dylan Danis has made her available to everyone, and I hope things work out between her and Logan. But if you don't think that that's going to impact Logan, or that it's not actively impacting him as a man,
I don't know how
it
George
is
impacted.
So with women, it's a trade-off. First thing you said was, I make money. This is about money. It's about money, but when it comes down, men just don't want it.
And that's exactly why I said that in this industry, I'm single until I retire.
But it will still matter.
I don't plan on doing this or getting married or finding the love of my.
I just wanted to read this. Melanie Anaya, is that your last? Melanie Anaya said, so true. I was a party girl in the 80s and I found my husband, and now we've been married over 35 years with 2 beautiful children. My daughter just got married. Praise God. Praise the living God.
35 years.
That's a testament. Isn't that fantastic?
35 years.
God bless you, and you're married another 50 years for you. And congratulations that your daughter just got married. So take it from Melanie and take it from us. Don't take it from this clown. Pointing at Candace. Can you guys see me pointing at her and her stupid beige blazer with her stupid shoulder pads? I'm done. Done.
My life until I retire,
Yeah.
like truthfully. And
And
then
I
after
hope
that,
you see what happens to Nina Agdal.
no. And then after that, I will be honest and truthful with the person that I will be getting married to or whatever. And it'll be up to him to accept that. Right. So,
And I'm
would
just
be
saying that
his
men's
decision.
natural proclivity is to not accept that, because it brings them shame. Men are biologically proud creatures.
I understand, but
and
not
to-
everybody
hold
can be
on,
like.
No, I know. I'm not. I'm just telling you what is happening and why people are just talking about cultural events, and the Agdal thing. And if you look at people like Emily Ratajkowski, she's obviously hot. But this is a woman who's now trying to make divorce chic, and understanding is in Hollywood is, sleep with her and move on. She's not marriage material. Her husband, when he had her, cheated on her because they didn't have that thing. I feel like I've slept with the girl. I've seen her naked so many times, right? So there's nothing.
Okay, let's focus on that. Jackie went to go get some more water. She thinks that it's all based on, how am I going to, I'm not going to say this right, on the outward, because Emily Ratajkowski is very sexy and she's done a lot of sexy shoots. Like, okay, like she's known for that. That's her brand. So because people know her for that, that is what makes her less than, right? Because she says, I feel like I slept with her. I've seen her naked so many times. Okay. So see, she's going by the outward. Like, but lady, just because Candy, you aren't doing the same things as Emily, you're still doing the same things as Emily. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Like it really starts to bother me, because just a little side note. So my hubby is my only, right? But growing, like, when I was in college and my undergrad, I went to Christian school, but even before that, in high school, I was always deemed like, oh, she must be a garden tool, because from very early on, I was shapely, voluptuous, whatever, all the things that look bad. Actually, the dean of students of the college that I went to for my undergrad pulled me aside my freshman year. It was like 2 months into my freshman year. and they used to do Monday Night Football in the quad. And I went there, and look, I didn't know what I was doing. I had a shirt from Hooters, you know, the wing place, right? And it was just a long sleeve t-shirt. Okay, yeah, I should not have been. I was 18. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I wore that. Nobody said anything. But then that Monday, or no, that Tuesday, excuse me, he pulled me aside and he said, "You can't be wearing that." Said, "Oh, why? It's just a t-shirt." He said, "No. You have to understand that your body draws a lot of attention." And he made a gesture with his hands. "And you have a body built for sin, so you can't be wearing that." Meanwhile, I had never even had a boyfriend. I had never done anything. So like Candace, they were just looking at the outward, like, you look sinful, right? So for Candy, if you look sinful, that's what's going to do you in. It's not what you do behind the curtain, because as we found on her blog, she was doing quite a few things. Let me pull up one of these while we're waiting for Jackie, because I know that she wants to watch this with us. Hold on. What do you guys have to say about that? Let me think here. Stop noticing, sir. Karen, Michelle, what is that? Oh, did somebody say something rude? I still get it today. Look at that. I get messages saying, "I love that you talk about the Lord, but maybe don't look the way you do while you're talking about him." Hello, I'm dressed up like, I don't know. But I don't like when people, the cliche, judge a book by its cover, because I wasn't doing anything and I was branded the bad girl. Isn't that ridiculous? So she's saying, because Emily looks a certain way, no man is ever going to want her, because everyone feels like they've slept with her. It's so ridiculous, honey. It's so ridiculous. And just the sheer audacity of it all. The sheer audacity. Like, girl, this is still here for everyone to see. Your words, what you have said. And now the most recent example is you want to come after Erica Kirk, the widow, and try to make it seem like she was a harlot. Okay, baby. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to scan this so that I don't say anything ridiculous. I actually can't read this. I can't read it, but she was talking about how she had a new partner that she had met, right? And how you girls, we can't. I'll put the link for this one in the description, because I just feel a little wrong dressed as Ariel talking like this, if you feel me. I don't know if Jackie left the premises, but here I am alone. Oh. What has my life become? I guess we'll press play. I can't see the chat, so I literally feel alone. And Jason never, I sent out a bad signal. He never came to my rescue.
I'm just speaking.
That's the only thing that's sacred.
This is why women struggle to get married when they've made themselves available on OnlyFans, because other men don't want to share. They don't want to share their wife. They maybe will share their girlfriend. They might think it's fun to date a stripper for a little bit. They might think, oh, this means I'm going to have sex 12 times a day. But then when it gets down to just their biological instinct, it's actually quite embarrassing for them as a man, because they can look up your girl and here she is, so that's what I think is happening.
Yeah, I'm just curious about your opinion on this, because I've seen like a couple of people in like Red Pill space.
George can look up his girl. George, whose family is part of the House of Lords, still married you, Candace, after you admitted to having a high count. Make that make sense. Is anyone else just sick of her hypocrisy? I hope Jackie doesn't mind. I'm taking her phone to read this. I want to see. Where have you been? Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. The eclipse truth said that's exactly what I was thinking. Bravo, Melanie. Yes, Melanie. Again, 35 years. Praise the Lord.
Gosh, 35 years.
No, I mean the person who told you that about the Hooters. I told them about the because Candace mentioned because everyone had seen Emily Ratajkowski. Because Emily Ratajkowski, she has a bikini brand and a lingerie brand, and she does like a lot of sexy shoots. Okay, but she said so nobody's gonna want to marry her because everyone feels like they slept with her because she's been naked so much. So,
Wow.
I was making a point that Candace really. Let me remove this so I can bring Jackie up to speed, and then we'll put it back. Candace really looks at the outward appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you do certain thing, maybe you do sexy shoots. I mean, she's called Kim Kardashian a literal prostitute so many times, even though Candace is a spiritual prostitute.
But she just read all these blogs.
I know. So I was telling them a story about how when I was growing up, everybody always thought that I was the bad one because of the way I looked. And then when I was in school, like my freshman year, 2 months in, they had Monday Night Football, and I wore a long sleeve Hooters t-shirt that I got from the wing place, right?
Yeah.
And I was only 18. And then the dean of students the next day brought me aside and told me I can't wear that because I had a body built for sin. I had figured I drew a lot of attention, and I just looked sinful, right? So that's what we were talking about, and I brought up this one, but I'm not going to read it, but just skim through it. And I said I would put the link out. And look at all this. Like she talks about having a new partner and they're learning each other. Blah blah. Blah. Anyway, let's see. Yes, Melanie. Candy is a condescending hypocrite, and she is the definition of a mean girl. 100%. 100%. She is not a girl's girl. There's another article that says why I hate women. Spoiler alert, I am one. She hates women. Like, she is not a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl. You are a total girl's girl. Like, we are here for the girls, honey. Let's be friends. Melanie, that is the eclipse truth said. That's what I said. I just said to my husband, she's a hypocrite of the highest order in every way. Yes, it's wild. Yes, it's wild.
Frustrating. Yeah.
And Jennifer Cubic says, so sorry if I mispronounced your name. I have the contact in my right eye is kind of floating around, so it's making it even because I got them from the wig shop. So it's not like a prescription, so it makes it harder for me to see. But
my word.
Jennifer says Candace was the type I stayed away from in junior high school, and college, like all throughout your life, babe. Right? They won't hesitate to destroy you to get what they want. 100%. Like. Did you skim that?
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous? Melanie says, Jennifer, yes, that was me. It's just knowing that this is out on the internet. Like, girl, people are going to look into you. And you had the nerve to belittle these women. Because it gets worse. The way she talks to them is embarrassing. I would not have handled it that way. What I should have done, and maybe what I'll still do, is show a contrast, like the contrast between when she was on the whatever podcast and when Charlie Kirk was on the whatever podcast, because he spoke to them with such grace and compassion and no judgment at all. He was so sweet and kind. And that's why Brian Atlas, after Charlie was killed, he said he's the only one who's ever come into the studio and won everybody over, because he was just such a kind man. It's just, the contrast is astonishing. It's just another reason why they were not friends at the end.
I agree with Jennifer. She says Candace was the type I stayed away from in junior high, high school, and college. They won't hesitate to destroy you to get what they want.
Yes.
And I actually honestly struggled with being friends with females
because they're awful.
Yeah.
Because
women are the worst sometimes.
I know.
And I don't know what that's about.
I know, because I'm just here wanting to be friends. Like, girl,
But women are very cutthroat.
I know. I don't.
Raising 2 girls, that's something I'm always
But your
worrying
girls
about.
are, please, your girls are the sweetest. They have such compassion and kindness that I've not seen it in other children. They're so sweet. They really are. I'm not gonna cry. Let's bring this back on the stage. I love how this was my idea, but it's hurting me to even play this. By the way, this Pixie, her name is Pixie. I am obsessed with her hair
Pretty.
and the way that she talks.
They all have beautiful hair.
They're all very beautiful.
Women can be.
Is like Pates or people similar to that talking about how they should marry a young woman. Would you agree or disagree that that might not be the most like rational course of action?
To marry a young woman, what do you?
Inherently loses value as she gets older, and that's why that they should seek out young women.
Well, I live in the
Okay.
South, and a lot of people get married young, and I think it's really beautiful and wonderful.
They're aging
They
every
preserve
day.
this sort of innocence. I have people that work for me that want to get married at 22. They drop out of school. So I don't think there's anything wrong with marrying when you're young. I'd have to see the full context of what they're talking about, because I do think, obviously, the longer you wait, and especially in this society that's creating this simulation that sexuality equates to freedom when it doesn't, that what he might be suggesting is that the longer a woman runs free, the more partners that she's gathering, and her worth is being diminished. And I think that there is some veracity to that. But if it's said in a way that sounds a little crass, like seek out younger women because they're not as used, and I can see why people would be offended by it, but that might be underpinned by a little bit of logic. So I'd have to see the clip in its entirety.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is because in general, I think men do have a biological proclivity. I can't pronounce that
Proclivity.
word. Proclivity. To seek out like youth and beauty. But I also think when it comes to like settle down, you want a mother who's going to be responsible and good towards her children.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the idea that like men seek out beauty is true, but I also think men seek out a level of like responsibility and maturity that only comes with age. So I was just curious because of the other stuff I've heard from people.
And also, it's like sex is just sex. Like, it's just sex. And
Just
When
what do
here's the thing,
I struggle with that.
honey. No, I know, but she's 23. Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey.
I love you.
I'm upset. David, get out of here.
Anda dasi.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I sang while you were gone.
You saying? I
frozen.
missed it. Oh
I'm gonna play it again later.
Okay, please.
No, I don't agree with her. It's not just sex. No, like when you join together, you become one flesh. Okay. Scripture is very clear about it's supposed to be between that the marriage bed, that there are certain rules we're to follow. Okay. We're in a fallen world. That's why we need a savior. I'm just going to say that. I don't agree with what this young lady said. But Candace, as the elder Christian there, because the two young ladies that are beside her are Christian, but she is so high and mighty and Catholic gang. Okay, honey, and you are to know scripture. What I would do if I had this opportunity to be with these women. Okay, because I always want to this young girl in the orange, her upbringing, she mentioned it, it wasn't the best, and she did what she felt like was her only course of action. So as a lady there, a woman of God that Candace purports to be, she had a golden opportunity to speak to these women with compassion, to present the truth with sternness when required. But she, as she does often, she missed an opportunity. These were missed opportunities. I would have been trying to get to know these young women as soon as I entered the studio. I would have exchanged contact information, and I really would have tried to make myself available to them to help them, because that's what we're called to do as Christians. And just, do you remember how dumb you were at 18, 19?
I don't like to think of it.
Oh my gosh. When I say I don't need anybody else to embarrass me, I embarrass myself just fine. So embarrassing. so dumb. I was so dumb. It would have been such a benefit for me to have spoken with a woman of God who could have guided me in trying to help me. She totally missed the mark, of course. So no, we don't agree with what this woman says, obviously.
No.
Because it's a very big deal to share your body with someone.
Yeah.
And because I'm a Christian, I believe every word of scripture. I believe that should only be in the marriage bed. Again, everyone has different life upbringings. We've all been through it. And you can't change the past, but you can tell people that they could have a brighter future with the one true God who is Jesus Christ. Okay, that's all I have to say. Let me press play on this Yahoo.
You
What do you
have a
mean by that?
partner, you have an emotional connection with them. And so like the guy on your last podcast, he was on here a few days ago. He was saying how like for men, sex wine nights.
It's 10:45 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm 29 and single, and I don't have kids yet. Here's what your Saturday morning looks like when you're single at 29 and you don't have a kid running around the house. I didn't rise from my bed until 10:15. Every time I thought, I should probably get up and do something. I thought, why? Nobody's making me. I'm not missing out on anything. I went to Beyonce last night, and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. And I danced and drank my little heart out, and I didn't pay a babysitter to watch my kids as I did that. And I woke up a tad hungover this morning, which is probably why I was in bed for so long. And I was just scrolling on my phone, and I saw a picture of shakshuka, and I thought, it sounds really good. Maybe I'm going to learn how to make shakshuka today, because I have no plans, and I don't have kids, and I don't have a husband, and I don't have errands to run. I can go to the grocery store and learn how to make shakshuka. So that's on my agenda today. Also on my agenda, probably a rewatch of some Real Housewives of New York. I'm also doing a rewatch of Normal People on Hulu, which is really spicy and I highly recommend. Weirdly, I'm into this documentary on Netflix about blue zone countries, so I've got a pretty stacked day. Anyway, I say all this to say, whenever I'm hard on myself about why I'm not married and I don't have to be further along at 29, almost 30, I wouldn't want to do anything else this Saturday. And I know that you can do all these things when you have kids and you're married, and I understand, but the effortlessness and ease of my life, just kind of focusing on myself and the shakshuka I want to make or the Beyonce concert I want to go to really pays off when I'm hard on myself for not being where society tells me I should be in life.
I thought it was going to be really her going, shot, shot, shot.
So, why do you guys think that this video went kind of crazy viral, and what's the analysis here?
I mean, it went crazy viral because Matt Walsh tweeted it. Let's be real. That would have just gone into the ethosphere on TikTok, and no one would have talked about it had he not picked that up and tweeted it.
Well, was Matt? I don't know if Matt Walsh was the first.
He
person.
was.
Oh, was he really? Okay, yeah. I didn't know that.
But I guess what's interesting to me is that this woman has actually even said, she gives herself a hard time. She wants to be married. She wants to have children. Yeah. So I don't think that it's right to demonize her and act like she's going to have a depressing life when she just hasn't found the right person, because clearly she wants those things and she's trying to make herself feel better and other people in that community feel better about not being that far along. Because like you said, you wanted people to settle down with the right person, take their time, figure out if that's the right person. So just because she's 29, you're saying that it's too late for her and she's going to be doing Xanax and drinking wine at night because she hasn't reached that point yet.
I didn't say that. That's not what my tweet said. That's not what my
you
tweet
said the future.
Yeah,
right.
Because she's obviously a narcissist, right?
No, that's not what she's trying to.
First and foremost, let's not pretend this is one video that she made. It's her brand on TikTok. It's her brand on social media. She talks about these are this community known as dinks. We're happy and we're childless. She talks about how great it is to be childless. So she has developed she's a social media influencer that talks about childlessness. So let's not pretend this is one woman making a video who just said, oh, I had a great Saturday. There's absolutely no reason, if you had a great Saturday at 29 years old and you learned to make shakshuka and you slept in at 11 until 11:15 or 10:15, whatever she said, that you need to bring up children. There's absolutely no reason. You just say, here's what I did today. I laid in all day. I did this. I did that. The fact that she has to correlate it to saying, and this somehow makes me better than people that have children is the problem. She started, she literally goes on to talk about not having children. It wasn't necessary in this video. So it's not like people are just shaming single women on the internet. You could go on right now and talk about what you've done all day, and there's no reason to bring up, but having a child or not. She's actually doing the shaming, and now we're trying to pretend that she's the victim. She's not. She has a brand where she talks about childlessness and she talks about leaning into selfishness and all the things that are amazing about not having children. Again, this is not the first video that she's produced. So the reason why, and if you're a man watching this, don't marry this woman. She's basically telling you she's selfish. She's telling you she's a narcissist. Everything she says is about me, 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 me. Even if you're single, you don't have to make your whole day revolve around you. You don't have to. You can get up in the morning. You can go help others. You can do other things. You can say, now that I have free time as a single woman, I can go dedicate time to the church. I can sing. I can do this. I can help people find God. That particular woman that you just looked at is a selfish bitch, and men should not marry her. That's my
I'm so
personal
sorry.
opinion.
Oh, God, again. Darn
wow.
it. This is why I should have done a screen recording and then just shared it instead of pulling the clip. I'm so sorry for the language. Look at my chest. I'm like so angry. So angry. Okay. Do you guys remember that clip? Well, because I said I wanted to read some of these. Let's see here. Where are we? David Lowe says, how about if Candy had lost her husband the way Erica did, how would she be doing if someone like Candy was up her butt? Exactly, baby. She wouldn't like it. You can bet your bottom dollar, honey. Is somebody ever behaved that way? Oh, my David.
Are they visiting you in jail?
I would gladly sit in jail. You know, some things are worth it. Some things are worth it, and I would repent. Yes. The Eclipse Truth said when Charlie was on the show, he talked about issues with them, but shared the gospel with the ladies. Yes, he talked about the Lord. He talked about his wife and his child, and even there was one young lady. She's not on this panel, but she was being crass with him, and she was saying really inappropriate things. I think she was 19 or 20. Things to try to get a rise out of him. Really, really inappropriate and vulgar. And he said, you know what? I'm going to pray for you. I want you to have what I have. I want to pray for you because there's a man out there for you. That is how a person handles it when they are of the Lord. Just another example about how Candace is not. Missed opportunities all around. Let me see. Let's see here. Jennifer Cubitt, these girls all talk about partners, like a business agreement or something. Nothing about being in relationships. I know they do. They're very misguided. I still pray for them. They're on my prayer list. And they're in an industry that promotes that type of mindset. And it's just symptomatic of our culture because that kind of mindset is everywhere. So I don't disagree with you. It does seem transactional. And like an arrangement, just something that they do. So Candace had an obligation as a Christian to present the truth to them. And whether or not they chose to take it, that's on them. But she could have mentioned scripture and how the Lord talks about women, because the way he talks about women in scripture is like nothing I've ever heard. My goodness. A book that people don't often pick from the Bible is the Songs of Solomon. Goodness. One time I was going to do a video reading lyrics from today's music, comparing it to the Songs of Solomon. Just so that it's night and day. Go read it. Just if you want to hear how the Lord talks about things. Like, it's remarkable. So I would have done that if I were her. You know, but I said, I would have used every opportunity. That's why scripture tells us to make the most of every opportunity that we're given. Please. Let's see her. Oh, David said the girls are the best. What did Colleen say?
She said hi to me.
Jackie's my favorite.
Oh, well, stop it.
She's my very best friend. I've never had a friend like her, and I aspire to be like her.
Okay.
I do. I think you're fantastic. You're my favorite person.
Thank you.
So. Okay. So this woman that they were reacting to, I don't know if you guys remember that. And it did go viral because of Matt Walsh, because he retweeted it. And he wasn't very kind either. Matt purports to be a Christian as well. Like, let's the woman didn't do anything bad to you. I don't think you should have annihilated her with your tweet. And then Candace retweeted it saying, this is what a bottle of Xanax and depression looks like. If you're like this woman, this is what your future is. If you're like this woman, a bottle of Xanax and depression. If you're like a woman we just watched.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So the woman was saying at the beginning of the clip, sometimes I beat myself up because I'm not where I think I should be in terms of society standard. Like, I should be here. Who else has ever felt that? I should be here. I should have a husband. I should have kids. We don't know this woman's history. Yes, Candace likes to say her brand is promoting singleness. A lot of women do that, but they don't really believe. We don't know. What I'm trying to say is, like, this woman could have been really wanting a husband, wanting children, and she felt bad about it. So she's trying to present, well, this is what I'm able to do because I don't have a husband or children. I'm able to wake up at 10. I went to a concert last night. Okay. And when I saw it, I was like, well, she is kind of making it seem like people who have children can't do anything fun, like their lives are over. Okay. But Candace I wouldn't say that she's taking a bottle of Xanax every week and drinking herself out of depression because she made that video. Like, it's just so extreme, the things that she says when she talks in her little teeny tiny blog.
Oh no, not the voice.
About the things that she used to do. Like, girl, no. This woman didn't deserve to be annihilated just because she made that video. Even if you disagreed with it, just disagree with it, honey. You don't have to humiliate her.
Right.
Who else thinks that Candace really enjoys the humiliation of it all? She just really loves to humiliate people. Who agrees? Okay. The last part that she said, and again, I apologize for the profanity. And she said, if you're watching this, men, don't marry her. This woman's a selfish bee. I would just like to present to you. This is from Degree 180 by Candace Owens, November 2nd, 2015. I'm confused. What's wrong with being selfish? You like how I do that?
I do.
Let's just read it. Let's read it. I'm going to read this one. I appreciate this. She gives us the definition of selfish. Selfish. Concerned primarily with one's own interests, benefits, welfare, etc., regardless of others. Courtesy of dictionary.com. Is there a catch? I've become more and more confused about why being described as selfish is something that is regularly lambasted or considered to be of poor character. In most instances, the word is being lobbed around as an insult or a conclusive clause of a relationship because he, she was too selfish. I'm still missing the point. Here are the facts. For the last night, and we just have to, I'm just imagining her really struggling to calculate this because she's going to go, okay. For the last 9,490 days and nights, really, since the very moment I was born into this world, I've been myself. Brilliant. Some days I wake up and I run excitedly to the mirror, hoping to discover that I'm Pamela Anderson from Baywatch. Just note, Pamela Anderson was blonde-haired and blue-eyed. Are we seeing something? Are we seeing the desire to be Erica in this? Now, she does mention Lisa Turtle here from Saved by the Bell in 1 second, but she started with Pam Anderson. She runs to the mirror hoping to be Pam Anderson or Lisa from Saved by the Bell in all of her curly-haired fabulousness. By the way, Lisa's rolling over in her grave. With the outfits that you've picked. You hearing me? You hearing me? But alas, I find just Candace. Same as the day before, same as the day after. This is groundbreaking. And it's not just that. It turns out that I'm actually Candace for every effing second of every effing minute of the day. I don't Freaky Friday occasionally swap bodies with someone else, nor do I shapeshift into a werewolf during the full moon cycle. Do you? It would make sense then, since it would seem I am stuck as myself, yawn, that I maybe should just do it up like completely to the max setting. Here are a couple of things that we all might strive to remember about the word selfish. The opposite of selfish is selfless. Call me crazy, but why the F would I ever aspire to give less about myself? I know you're thinking because people who are selfless do things like donate money and rescue kittens and save the world, and people that are selfish can't. I actually donate money monthly. Notice how she had to tell us that she donates money monthly, even though your right hand's not supposed to know what your left hand's doing. And I also rescued my kitten on a whim. That poor kitten. I hope it's already passed.
You know,
I hope
I'm not a fan of cats, but
I still feel bad for this
actually
one.
do feel
I feel bad for this
cat. I would adopt the cat.
I would as well. I'm sure it ended its life already. 10 times. It was like, 9? I got to do this 9 times? Sign me up. I'm getting away from this woman. Neither feat was accomplished because I gave less about myself, but because when I got into myself, truly Candace in all caps, to the umpteenth degree, I realized that I care deeply about animals and children. I genuinely want to always help anyone or anything that is helpless. I derive sincere pleasure from mentoring individuals, God help us all, inspiring others, and I did not have to give any effing less about myself to do any of the above. Second point to remember, selflessness and unhappiness are close cousins. Seriously, they basically grew up in the same house. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder what my day would be like if I wasn't selfish.
Oh my goodness. This is stupid.
This is on the internet, Jackie. What I would do if I wasn't selfish. It was all here. I'm wondering how she even got to where she is.
I don't know. That
I don't
is,
get it.
it's bewildering.
If I was maybe Kim Kardashian-ish or you-ish, would I wake up and be like, I'm sort of hungry for eggs, but Kim K is pregnant and doesn't like the smell, or I sort of want to write, but one of my readers doesn't feel like reading today. That was the dumbest thing she's ever written. A lifetime spent filling the needs of everyone but yourself sounds like a recipe for depression. I'm so okay. But didn't she just say that the woman who was talking about being selfish was headed for a bottle of Xanax, wine, and depression? Something to think about. In fact, I have 3 friends who swear they're depressed. But when they detail their reasons why, I am certain that if they started giving more about what they wanted, that's a typo, and less about what other people did, they might find themselves magically cured. Selfless people are a liability to themselves. Selfless people are a liability to themselves. They continually do things that they do not want to do. And over time, she wrote overtime as one word.
We
It
know
built.
she struggled.
She was naive, and she doesn't have any anecdotes to share with us. Did you hear that, Jackie? She can't even read that word, or can't say that word anymore. Okay, let's see. They continue to do things that they don't want to do over time. It builds up until it amasses into a volcanic eruption of suppressed didn't want us. They explode, and then they usually just look crazy because, well, no one told them they had to lay on a sidewalk and let people walk all over them. They just strangely volunteer. Okay, another point. Selfish people tend to have healthier relationships. That's not true.
Selfish people happen to have healthy relationships. Okay.
I know there are a lot of people, a whole lot in all caps of people who will hashtag relationship goals if they can find someone who will spend every single second of every single day thinking of them, hanging out with them, or thinking about hanging out with them. But here's the thing. Codependency is not a good look. This is because people die. Oh my gosh.
Do they?
Relationships end. And the only thing that's guaranteed forever is that you will always be yourself.
I mean, that kind of says it all right there. That's the slogan.
We need
That's
to
our
rescue
slogan.
George. I feel like he's
George is happy.
No, I think she's
George
drunk.
has a whole he has a whole life on the side.
Oh, you think?
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
It's called a beard, right?
Yes,
Or marriage. Like, he's
it is.
fine.
Okay. This entire trend of finding this entire trend of finding someone that you can create an us with needs to die. And it needs to die now. You should always maintain your individualism within a relationship, and it is people's inability to do that results in that results in that locking myself away, never eating, and resorting into a shriveled version of my former self mentality after a breakup. Relationships are meant to bloom you, not shrivel you. You should never be less of you in an effort to stay with someone else. Your perfect match is someone that breathes life into your personality and goals, not someone who wants to sit and create a list of hours.
I mean, I do agree with that statement that she said about.
Well, you should always be an individual, have your individuality. But she's saying, don't sit around and create a list of hours. Like, it should be his and hers.
Oh.
Like, you should have a separate life. But that person that you're having a life with should want to build you up.
I got you.
Don't build them up, though, Jackie. Are you not? Is this not clocking, as Candace would say? How about you stay you and I'll stay me, and that's the perfect we. I just made that up. Quote me. Darn it. But jeez. I love how a couple months ago she said, I rarely ever curse anymore. Okay. We've heard you so many times. Last point. Selfishness does not deplete compromise. Lastly, and closely tied to number 3, is the ridiculously wrong notion that being selfish somehow means you don't compromise. Take me, for example. Oh my goodness, can we believe we're taking her? I'm allergic to shellfish. Write that down. This means that if someone wanted to take me to an all-you-can-eat lobster buffet, I would likely decline the offer because I'm not going to sit back and selflessly watch them inhale their meal while I drink water. Can I just wait? Let me catch up. Yeah.
What?
So my brother, his wife, a couple of years ago, we were telling stories. Okay, so his wife is highly allergic to shellfish. This is just like a point to why millennials and Gen X are before millennials, right? We're the best ones, okay? Because like they just don't build them like they do anymore. Like what am I trying to say? They don't build them like that anymore, you know? Because she was so allergic. Like nowadays, goodness, just don't bring anything into the house that you might be allergic to. They used to take this girl with her I don't know if it was oxygen or something, to the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. And she would just be in a corner like while they ate. Because it wasn't a big deal. Oh, you have this allergy? Like, we're still going to go eat.
We're still going to do
She's
this.
thriving, by the way. But ain't that the truth about millennials? Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you not agree with that? It's funny. She survived. She didn't die. I wouldn't have told the story if she died at Red Lobster.
That would have been awful.
No. Anyway, this means okay. With that said, if the reverse were true, and I've got a lobster craving that will literally kill my homie, that doesn't mean I go all lobster or the friendship is over. B. It means I pick a place where they serve lobster and alternatives.
Hey.
You're at the table and you order lobster, but they're an alternative. They could still have an allergic reaction from the lobster that you're eating. You idiot. She's an actual idiot. It means okay. Unless of course I'm menstrual, in which case whatever I want to eat goes. She has a point. My point, of course, is that over time, society has conditioned us to think that there is something intrinsically wrong with caring for ourselves, as if we could ever do too much of that. I call BS. And until I decide to have a child, which is really a decision to bring another self into this world, I'm going to continue to do the highest version of me imaginable every single day. I think we can end on that. But guess what? I can't listen to her talk anymore. But
No.
what a good way to end it. Are people commenting?
Yep. The dum dum.
The dum dum?
The dum dum.
What? What does he say?
No, like like the lollipop.
Oh, yeah, the dum dum. Got it. Eclipse.
Yeah.
Dum dum.
Yeah.
He's her lobster. Hey, Michelle. That reminded me of Phoebe on Friends saying he's her lobster.
Oh my goodness.
Do the hands again.
That's what Robbie and I say.
Do the hands again. They do say that. Did you get that from Friends?
No.
Oh.
I read an article about how lobsters choose.
We'll have
their
to
mate
watch that
for life.
episode so that because everybody.
But I do know the one that you're talking about.
Okay. Wow, my chest is so red because I got really angry. Gen X is awesome. Please. Okay, I wanted the duties and purpose of a mom. I can't have kids, so I have 5 Dachshunds. So it's like having toddlers. Shine bright like a Dachshund. Oh my gosh.
That's cute.
We passed, I went to my mom's today, and there was a long-haired Dachshund. Am I saying it right? Dachshund?
I think so.
I know people say Dachshund.
I don't know.
It's the cutest thing. Its ears were flopping. And you know what? It's just another point because Candace, not everyone can have children.
Right.
And like in my case, I made an irreversible decision early in life that I regret. And now I can't have children. So I have my puppies. So maybe watch what you're saying, Candace, to people. Because you're hurtful, you're hateful, and you know nothing. Because we're all, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Who said that? Who said that about the Dachshunds? Did I call her name correct? Oh, shine bright like a Dachshund.
Mm-hmm.
What are the duties and purpose of them? You can't have kids. Have all the puppies shine bright like a Dachshund. I have 6 puppies myself. 3 Shih Tzus, a Cocker Spaniel, and then Tootsie is a teacup Yorkie, and Stella, I believe, is a Maltese. But I actually never asked Danielle. Her daughter says she looks like a donut. And she's really cute, but she has lost a bunch of weight. Okay. We are going to go, I guess we'll order pizza.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. We haven't eaten.
No.
We need to eat. And look how red I am from talking about Candace, but also the chafing of the shells.
But the shells are beautiful.
Thank you.
They are.
Let me know what costumes you'd like to see. I will do them for you. Again, it cannot be anything wicked or dead. But anything else. I was thinking Storm from X-Men after we saw that wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I need to get some super light contacts. Well, I love you guys so much. Please leave me a comment. Like this video. I'm shedding. And I will see you in the next one. Again, I'm working on my documentary, The Bride of Lucifer. If you have any tips, email me tips.eydielowe@gmail.com. I will go back after this is all said and done and put it in the description, as well as the link for Candy's archive. All right. Behave. Have a good evening. Eat something delicious for breakfast in the morning. Maybe go to Cracker Barrel. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in weeks. That's my favorite place to be. And I will see you in the next one with my gorgeous Jackie. My Carrie Bradshaw. Okay, why did I even act like I was going to exit early? Because now I have to go here. It's frozen. Okay, end stream.
Perfect.
But I have to press it again because it's still going end stream.